You have time for a quick MCU talk? I mean, we do, because there is news.
Yes, there is.
There's a few news things that we missed since the last time we
You
talked
talk about Blade? Oh my
God. Yeah.
AKA the most expensive game of musical chairs ever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I knew when they said they were gonna do the rewrites, I saw the writing on the wall.
Because it wasn't on the page.
No, it was. They just didn't like it.
They threw
like,
it away. Yeah.
Write the script in pencil. And they're like,
yeah. Let's forget about the Blade. Ah, man, it's
because they know
about it.
So understand the reason that they're not forgetting about Blade is because they love Midnight Sun. Midnight Suns is going to happen as soon as it's done. They're going to start filming it. That's the whole reason behind this, because of Midnight Suns.
Yeah. I'd be curious. Well, so here, anybody looking? There's been, I believe they're on their 6th writer, right? Script writer for it now. I think Bo DeMeo was one at one point too. just you know, so you know.
I think you're right.
Yeah. And then there are 2 directors now. They just I can't remember the last guy's name, but he just stepped down, and he said, but also he said he had stepped down, but he announced it today. But he said he walked away a couple of weeks ago. You know, so that also ties into some other news we didn't talk about that happened last week. Jordan Peele is signed on to join the MCU and direct a movie. Everyone's talking X-Men, blah, blah, blah. Now
it's Midnight Suns. I'm telling you.
But does he do Blade and then it does Midnight Suns? Can he do like multiple ones? But that would make sense.
He's not going to want to be tied down for multiple film deals, though. That's not under his own umbrella. He's been doing well under his own umbrella. So why would he want to go to multiple? I think they bringing him on from Midnight Suns, and they might ask him to come as a producer to help fix the problem with Blade. But yeah, I think what they do, what they did with Iron Man. You know how they started filming Iron Man before they had the finished script? Like they knew what they were going to end up doing, but they didn't have a script for it yet. So they started filming without a script, without a finished script. I think they do that with Blade. I believe they start filming it without a finished script, knowing where they want to get to, and they'll start doing that as they're finishing the movie. I think that's what we're end up getting, especially if they do get someone like Jordan Peele to kind of help hone in the ending. So like they'll do the first 2 acts and then try to finish the 3rd act while they're filming the first 2. That's what they did in Iron Man.
Yeah. I didn't know that about Iron Man, but that's interesting. I mean, but also you had John Favreau, who's even before all the stuff he's doing now, before Iron Man 1, he was a really good director. So, but that, I mean, you could do that when you have a good director. You know,
and you also have Feige, and they knew what they're doing,
source material, and they had a plan. You know, so yeah, the details. And from what I heard, the script rewrites, the last news about it was more or less touch-ups rather than a whole new story.
The story is still there. They just didn't like some basis that they had.
But yeah, I mean, at one point, this entire script between the 6 of them, at one point, or 5 of them, whatever, it's a brand new story, you know. So, you know, I forgot what in between what writer did it change, but I get the Midnight Suns thing if they bring on Jordan Peele, but that's kind of like doing the second story before you even get the first one out, right? I mean, Blade needs to be good.
Well, Blade is not the main. I mean, there's a lot of characters in Midnight Suns that they
Midnight Suns,
they can use a lot of, and the ones that are already been introduced.
Yeah, Doctor Strange will definitely be up there.
He's probably the one who could be the leader. Honestly, Blade would be the most interesting person, but you know, the leader could be easily be Doctor Strange. Here's the thing: it says yes, in the 2008 film Iron Man began filming before the script was complete, and there was a lot of improvisation and dialogue scenes. The filmmakers just focused on making the story to make sense and planning the action. So they're going to make sure the story makes sense and plan the action. That's why you can go ahead and start filming it, make sure it all makes sense and all flows well as a movie, and then they'll finish up the script at the end. That's why throughout the whole movie you didn't know he was going to say "I'm Iron Man" because it was just improvisation. And that's how the MCU started. I'm just saying, just go back to where you started. You know,
something like that. Yeah, I mean, Iron Man had a great director and a great actor. You know what I mean?
and Jeff Bridges had multiple great actors.
A couple of great actors and a great producer. You know, so the producer's obviously the same. The great actor got it, 2-time Academy Award winner, you know, Mahershala Ali. They just need a director. They need a person that's going to run the show and stay within the sandbox of Kevin Feige, you know, his demands. You need to have a good director. You know, Mahershala Ali obviously can pull it off. You know, even him being 50 now, you know, he can still pull it off. I don't know how long he can pull it off physically, but the dude's in shape, you know, and you know, and he's
starting to ask myself. I'm starting to ask myself if he's going to be the next to abandon ship.
If honestly, he is.
So he said that he personally didn't think this rewrite was a big deal and could see himself filming soon. He said there was just some small details. He's 100% on board, and some of the rewrites were his idea.
That I like.
So that's why I don't feel like they're listening to their star actor. I don't think that's going to be a problem. You know, so I'm still hopeful for it. Just get started.
To start shooting.
It's like going to college and not knowing what you want to be. Well, fuck, you gotta get some prerequisites out the way. So go ahead, just get the beginning of the movie started.
Get the math done, get the English done. You know, in an action movie, have them killing some vampires.
We'll get to the problem eventually. Let's just get the basis of the story of who this character is, and then we'll get to the story.
Feel like this movie will drop around the same time as Dr. Dre's Detox album.
Old Man Blade, period. Wesley needs a good send off like Hugh Jackman got.
I would love that. I would love that
as a standoff. That would be cool. I think now it's too late to do, especially with this.
It should be a standalone thing they have just for Wesley Snipes. Yeah,
I like that. I'll be cool with that. I think Plan Fanatics reposted a tweet that Kevin Feige said about it, that Blade is not a priority. That's what Kevin Feige said. That Blade is not a priority.
The point is that Midnight Suns, they could do Midnight Suns without Blade. Is the point.
Yeah.
They can introduce Doctor Strange. What we do? Elsa Bloodstone because of the Werewolf by Night, and then Dr. Voodoo and Wong and Moon Knight, and just go with that.
Yeah.
And have him, have Blade come in later. They could just do it and just worry about it later.
Yeah. They could do that, but I'd be curious.
It would be nice to see Blade as one of the like introductory characters, but they could work around that if need be.
Yeah.
And you say is that he was too OP. He was too much of a character to be joining something, and that's how they'll get away with it.
It sucks because Blade is a fan favorite.
Yeah, but I mean, this is how they work. This is how they do things. So you know what's going to happen. They'll just say, "All right, we won't use this character or whatever," and keep on moving.
Yeah. Because I think you have said it before. X-Men, Fantastic Four. That's the new shiny toy that Kevin Feige has to play with, and I think that's what the focus is going to be. So
because either they do Midnight Suns or they don't, and they just wait.
Yeah. Said Snipes in back like the motorcycle is always trying to ice skate uphill. Give my franchise back.